now come to know of the different spices of Indonesia, all with varying applications. Some can be used topically, while others are a staple of the kitchen. In this episode, we've come upon a spice that has use for our wardrobes. Curious? Sit tight in the land of spices.
Camphor. Who would have thought that a non-consumable plant is categorized as a spice? Yes, once again we're reminded that spices aren't just for cooking.
Camphor is often placed in wardrobes or toilets. It has a strong scent and can get rid of unpleasant smells. Another thing it can do is drive out insects and pests from humid places.
In Indonesia, camphor is also named kapur barus, and it takes its name from the Barus district of central Tapanuli, North Sumatra, where camphor is found. The camphor that we know of, for the most part, takes its main components from the crystals of the Dryobalanops aromatica tree, an Indonesian tree with a vulnerable conservation status. So in the future, this species might face risks of extinction in the wild.
In this journey, we will acquaint ourselves with a plant that can also be used for camphor, not of the camphor tree, and requiring a little bit of effort to find. It is known as Karangtulang.
Karangtulang is a plant with many uses. Yes, it can be used for camphor, but its health and wellness efficacies are well known.
Beauty is something we've been spoiled with in our journey through the land of spices. Indonesia is a scenic wonderland where spices and culture have always lived together side by side. One example of this is the Bedouin, a Sundanese tribe who continue to hold strong to their customs and traditions. One intriguing aspect of their custom is how they take a journey of hundreds of kilometers, all done by foot. Yes, on foot. And what helps them through this ordeal? Spices.
The Badui are an indigenous community belonging to the Sundanese ethnic group located in the province of Banten. They are known to vigorously preserve their ancient way of life. And a part of this way of life is a ritual known as Seba, a time where they journey to offer their harvest to the governor of Banten as a way of thanks for protecting their region. To reach this destination 160 kilometers away, they do so by way of lalampa, or walking without footwear, as they believe that direct contact with the earth will increase their bond with nature. But a constant companion of their journey is Karangtulang, a plant that grows well in their homeland, which is consumed for vigor.
Karangtulang comes from the Sundanese language. Karas means strong, and tulang means bone. The Sundanese ancestors believed that it strengthened the bones. In fact, even before the colonization period, Karangtulang was brewed every morning, similar to how we drink coffee and tea.
The distribution of Karangtulang started in India and the southern Himalayas. It then reached southern China, Indochina, the Philippines, Indonesia, and finally, New Guinea.
Karangtulang's scientific name is Chloranthus alaceae, but since it is distributed in other regions of the world, it can come by other names.
In fact, some literatures say that this spice is mostly used only here in Asia. and in China it is known with the name Yu Zilang, in Thailand as Hom Kai, and Barao Barao in the Philippines.
Banten, Indonesia's westernmost province of the island of Java, is mostly where Karangtulang is found. That is why the locals here are ecstatic when they get their hands on this valuable plant.
What do you think of the location that we're visiting this time? The atmosphere here comforts the heart, and it is very welcoming.
I am now in Sukabumi, where we can find Karangtulang. We will take a look at how this plant is cultivated and utilized by locals.
The beaches you are seeing is the natural beauty of Kunti Island. On top of being an attraction with amazing views, it is the site of an important geological event that happened in the Java Island. Boulder-sized fragments, part of what is called a melange complex, were found around the island. Evidence of a collision event between the oceanic and continental plates. This process is called subduction and is estimated to have occurred in the Cretaceous era, 55 to 65 million years ago. Aside from Kunti Island, the Sukabumi Regency is home to other treasures. In Ujung Genteng, there is a sea turtle conservatory where visitors can take part in releasing turtles and help preserve the Indonesian seas. It is from here that I invite you to take a closer look at where Karangtulang has chosen to thrive.
Karangtulang is a plant that intelligently chooses in which environment it would like to grow. The forest is their home, and Waluran is the one and only district it has selected.
In the south of Sukabumi, the expanse of nature's beauty is divided into several delightful groups. The seas, hills, mountains, and waterfalls are spread across 126,000 hectares of land. A truly beautiful space that we must preserve, and I'm sure that the equally beautiful plant Karangtulang agrees.
What your ears are being treated to are the tunes played from the traditional Sundanese instrument called kecapi. It is played while waiting for the time of harvest to come, and locals believe that by playing it, it can drive away insects and pests that can harm the crops.
Mipit kudu amit, ngala kudu menta. Artinya itu apapun yang mau kita pergunakan harus ada izin dari yang punya. Alam ini yang punya ya Tuhan Yang Maha Esa. Terus meskipun kita membutuhkan segala sesuatu hal, tapi harus dipikirkan dulu efek negatif dan positifnya dari. Saya emang lahir di sini, di sini sekitar 42 tahun yang lalu, dan kekayaan-kekayaan di sini memang tersembunyi selama berarti beberapa tahun yang lalu. Salah satu kawasan dijadikan geopark itu harus ada 3 unsur yang mendukungnya. Satu adalah geologi atau geodiversity, yaitu tentang bebatuan. Terus juga ada biodiversity tentang tumbuhan dan hewan, flora faunanya. Juga cultural diversity, yaitu tentang budaya yang ada di kawasan. Jadi ketiga unsur tersebut tidak bisa dipisahkan. Tentang salah satu unsur dari geopark itu kita ada biodiversity yang memang bisa kita jagokan juga, karena Di sini ada beberapa tumbuhan dan hewan yang endemik ya, yang tumbuh dan berkembang di kawasan ini. Yang termasuk salah satunya adalah karangtulang. Karena masih jarang dan terjadi kerusakan alam, si karangtulang ini mulai berkurang. Akhirnya kita berinisiatif, wah ini karangtulang harus diselamatkan karena kita memang basisnya itu konservasi.
Karangtulang is a plant that farmers don't cultivate as a main commodity. This is due to its still modest popularity. But in this region, the preferred choice of spices, herbs, and plants, among other things, are turmeric, Java ginger, clove, and cardamom.
Suatu kawasan tidak bisa dijadikan kawasan geopark kalau tidak mempunyai nilai heritage yang sangat tinggi. Salah satunya kita di sini punya Rafflesia fatma, tanaman langka ya, bunga Rafflesia. Yang kedua ada karangtulang yang cuma ada baru ditemukan di Baduy saja. Ternyata di Ciletuh ini ada loh. Kalau untuk dari segi tanaman herbal aja untuk obat-obatannya itu ada 56 jenis yang sudah diidentifikasi. Terus dari hewan termasuk salah satunya yang menjadi lambang negara kita di sini, walaupun dataran rendah tapi ada elang Jawa. Usia mungkin saya sudah mulai uzur, saya berharap anak-anak saya berikutnya sebagai penerus termasuk warga khususnya Kecamatan Cimas ini, generasi mudanya harus menjaga apa yang Tuhan wariskan kepada kita. Insya Allah nanti alam akan menjaga kita. Itu yang terpenting.
Karangtulang is an example of how some Indonesians still cling on to knowledge passed down by ancestors. These beliefs are a reason why, despite the lack of modern scientific clinical trials, this plant is still heralded for its qualities.
Perkenalkan, nama saya Pak Sutisna, dipanggil sari-sari Papa Dede. Ini tanaman teh karangtulang. Namanya karangtulang, tanaman obat karangtulang. Jadi ini penemuannya dari mahasiswa, jadinya di pegunungan ini, jarang terjadi di perumahan begini. Dan ditanamnya juga ini susah Pak, harus di tempat yang lindung, susah tanamnya juga ini. Saya juga baru punya 2 pot. Ya pertama saya kan punya keluhan sakit pinggang, dan kebetulan di rumah saya istri saya punya penyakit diabetes. Tanaman obat ini manfaat bagi saya. Banyak-banyaklah orang yang memanfaatkan tanaman ini.
Sejauh ini yang kami ketahui, karangtulang ini dimanfaatkan di Baduy dan hanya ada di Baduy. Jadi pada tahun 2019 akhir, pada saat saya melakukan penelitian, secara tidak sengaja kami menemukan adanya karangtulang yang terdampar sangat banyak di lantai hutan. Di kampus IPB sedang dilakukan penelitian screening awal fitokimia atau kandungan apa saja yang terdapat pada karangtulang. Hasil yang ditemukan, dominan hasil fitokimia itu menghasilkan karangtulang ini memiliki kandungan antiinflamasi dan antipiretik, di mana bisa mengatasi penyakit demam atau bengkak pada otot. Jadi pada saat ada inflamasi, kemudian luka disertai dengan bengkak pada otot, kemudian diberikanlah karangtulang yang merupakan memiliki kandungan antiinflamasi ini, sehingga otot tersebut menjadi rileks kembali. Saya berharap untuk setiap mahasiswa yang melakukan penelitian dilakukan dengan serius agar keilmuan yang sudah kita dapatkan di bangku perkuliahan dapat bermanfaat bagi masyarakat lokal tentunya. Tidak hanya dalam bidang tumbuhan obat, tapi dalam seluruh bidang keilmuan lainnya.
We are making this episode during the Islamic month of Ramadan, where Muslims observe a fast from dawn to sunset, me included. So I thought to myself, why not break my fast with karangtulang and take in the local ambience?
I've met up with Fitri, and and we will see how Karangtulang can be made into a tea. I've been told that what's needed for a single pot is just 10 leaves.
And after boiling for a short time, once the water and leaves turn into a brownish color, the Karangtulang tea is ready to be enjoyed. But of course, I'd have to wait till the sundown prayer before I can drink it. Let's finally give Karangtulang tea a try. It's quite pleasant. It's light, tastes like chamomile, and it's almost as warm as the togetherness of the people here. I'll take another sip. As I mentioned before, this is a plant that grows freely in the forests. But since the locals have noticed all the benefits that Karangtulang brings, they've started to cultivate it in their backyards. We will see this process next in the land of spices. A truly special creation, bestowed with intellect and reason. Such gifts come with a weight, and also responsibilities, namely the responsibilities of the self and the environment.
But some of us can also make mistakes. Just to profit, nature is often exploited and is the victim of terrible crimes. Taking without giving back, using without caring. Such actions will surely be detrimental in the long run. When the last tree has been cut down, the last fish caught, the last river poisoned, only then will we realize that one cannot eat money.
There are lessons to learn from and good examples we can follow in the story of Karangtulang, a way in which we can balance the needs of man with the preservation of nature. And in this segment, we will relate a story of this village that has yet been told.
Oke, sebetulnya itu sebelum jadi Geopark Celetuh ini, tahun 2000 ke sana yang saya rasakan itu masih asli. Bahkan air di daerah Waluran ini tidak sulit. Yang punya sawah, yang punya kebun itu satu tahun itu full mereka itu bisa menanam gitu, menanam padi, bahkan panennya itu bisa sampai 2 kali sampai 3 kali gitu. Sekarang malah kebalik, jadi duit gampang dicari, tapi untuk tanaman ini susah gitu karena hutan di sini sudah mulai mengkerucut gitu. Siapapun yang memang butuh pekerjaan, butuh untuk menanam di sini, tinggal kitanya aja yang memang tenaganya itu harus kuat gitu. Saat itu saya antar mahasiswa yang sedang mengadakan penelitian di sini, dan saya survei ke beberapa tempat yang ada di Waluran ini, dan ternyata saya menemukan satu titik lokasi dan memang di situ terdapat banyak tumbuhan karangtulangnya gitu. Kalaupun memang salah satu curug tersebut yang memang tumbuhnya karangtulang itu akan dijadikan satu tempat atau satu objek wisata, harapan saya curug itu dijadikan salah satu tempatnya edukasi karangtulang, dan memang harus ada campur tangan dari pihak-pihak yang memang mampu gitu mengendalikan si tempat itu menjadi lebih terkendali lagi dari perusakan-perusakan yang lainnya gitu.
Coming to an understanding requires thorough assessment. I'll start by visually identifying karangtulang and breaking down its physical form and external structure.
The Karangtulang leaves are fibrous, green, and is flat-shaped. The stem of the plant is segmented and also green. Uniquely, the Karangtulang flowers remain this way and they do not bloom. But even though we cannot enjoy the flowers visually, we can still enjoy the health benefits, as both the flowers and leaves of Karangtulang provide our bodies with beneficial properties.
One of its virtues is that it can get rid of bad body odors. If you struggle with this problem, try and routinely drink tea from the leaves and flowers of Karangtulang. Not just the leaves, but the roots of Karangtulang can also be utilized and be beneficial for our bodies.
Karangtulang root also contains folates, good for cholesterol. It has amino acids, which can provide the body with energy, and there is also antioxidants, calcium, and chromium found within.
Hari ini kita ada penanaman. Nah, ini kita sudah siapkan. Kita gunakan pupuk organik dari kotoran kambing, dan ini juga ada campuran sekam padi. Jadi sekam padi ini jadi menggemburkan tanah. Jadi kita ini akan aduk dulu ya seperti ini. Jadi biar nyatu. Nah, kemudian kita siapkan satu wadah atau satu pot ini. Kalau memang tidak ada polybag, kita siapkan yang plastik seperti ini. Kita masukkan. Sudah hampir seperempatnya terisi. Kemudian kita masukkan si tanaman Karangtulangnya ini seperti ini. Kita luruskan biar terlihat enak ya dilihatnya. Nah, kemudian kita tambah lagi si pupuknya ini atau media komposnya ini. Ini kita gunakan tali jadi supaya tidak kesana kemari, dan ini kita ikat di bagian ini, tapi jangan terlalu kencang ya, karena ini bisa merusak tanamannya itu sendiri. Jadi talinya itu digunakan dari alam juga, jangan pakai kawat atau bahan yang memang keras gitu. Kemudian kita siram dengan air, airnya yang jernih ya, jadi tidak perlu penambahan pupuk kimia atau pupuk cair ya, karena ini sudah ada pupuknya, karena tanaman ini herbal, jadi kita tidak gunakan pupuk kimia. Jadi kita cukup pupuk organik saja yang memang bahannya dari hewan ternak. Kenapa saya mengkonservasi di kampung ini? Saya lihat di beberapa tahun ke sini hutan di daerah kami ini semakin lama itu semakin hilang, karena ada beberapa faktor ya, penggalian lubang emas atau pertambangan liar gitu yang memang ilegal ya. Terus lagi penebangan hutan yang memang itu sengaja ditebang, teruslah dengan tangan-tangan yang tidak bertanggung jawab. Ini sebetulnya penting ya bagi pemerintah atau siapapun, mereka yang ikut bertanggung jawab ya, karena lahannya juga habis, terus longsor pula, banjir pula, begitu.
Forest conservation is necessary and crucial. The earth was here a long, long time before we ever came on the scene. It is a trust that we must keep. That is why Pak Cimeng and I will try and contribute to this objective by planting Karangtulang in its original location. May we not only benefit from nature, but be of benefit to it, and leave things better than we found it. Hopefully, we're all inspired to become people of excellence by learning new things in the land of spices. So let's see Indonesia, see the world, and see today.